Hi goddess. Today we're going to talk about why so many women fall for love bombing. Okay, so sit down. And no, it's not because you're dumb, it's not because you're desperate, and it's not because you're too emotional. A lot of time it's just because your nervous system is reading intensity as safety when it should be reading it as information. And that right there is where women get deceived, because love bombing and real investment can look extremely similar in the beginning. Both can look like him texting you a lot, him wanting to see you often, him planning dates, him spending that money on you, him talking about the future, he's acting like he's extremely sure about you. So of course a woman can confuse the two, especially if she wants love, especially if she's been craving consistency, and if she's been underloved before. Because when you've been starved, even chaos can feel like a feast. And that is the parts that nobody says out loud. A woman with an unregulated nervous system would often read fast as intentional, intense as genuine, and over the top as meaningful. And not because she's incapable of discernment, but because her body is so relieved to finally feel something. And when this happens, she starts relaxing before she has enough data. And that is how you let your guard down too early, not because you're weak, but because your body goes, oh my god, finally, attention, consistency, desire, effort, movement, and your nervous system starts exhaling before this man has even proven he is safe. And I need you to accept this harsh truth that the person that will always make you feel the safest in this world is yourself. Okay? You're your own best friend, you're your own best lover, you're your own best everything. First, and this is why self-trust matters, because if you don't trust yourself to walk away later, you will rush to secure people early. You'll want certainty too fast, you will want to lock the connection in too soon, and you will start attaching to the feeling of being chosen instead of observing the character of the chooser. And this is exactly how women get trapped, because love bombing is usually not about love at all. At all. It is about acceleration. It's someone trying to create emotional closeness faster than what the trust has been built. And when something is moving faster than trust, you need to pay attention. Real investment does not panic you into opening. Real investment gives you room to breathe. It is not trying to flood your system. It is trying to build something, especially when it's intentional. That is the difference. Love bombing overwhelms you. Real investments stabilize you. Love bombing wants access fast. Real investment earns access over time. Love bombing feels like a spike. Real investment feels like a pattern, and a consistent one. If you just pay attention to the patterns, they will always tell you the story. Love bombing is often performative. Real investment is often much more grounded and calm. You can breathe. And this is the part that really matters. A love bomber often studies the part and that thing that makes you feel special, so he can get in there faster. A genuinely invested man studies you, but because he genuinely cares about getting it right. And those are not the same thing. One is trying to win you, and the other one is trying to get to know you. One wants emotional reward quickly, and the other one is trying to grow and build that slowly. One escalates intimacy before there's a foundation. The other builds foundation before demanding intimacy. Remember, the quicker they rush you into bed, the quicker they plan to get rid of you. Okay? Rule of thumb for you. That's why some of you say, but he did so much, he spent money, he met my family, he introduced me to people, he talked like he was serious. Okay, but did he remain steady? Because that's when the mask starts slipping up. A lot of men can perform for weeks, some can perform for a few months, some can even perform for 6 months or a year. But the difference is, a man who's love bombing you is usually borrowing energy. A man who's truly invested is moving from character, and you can see that by his character by how he functions in other areas of his life. Character will always stand out, and you will see character in every area of his life. Borrowed energy always runs out. Character does not. And if he's on borrowed energy, that it gets exhausting to perform after a while. Actually, the love bomber starts exposing himself. The effort becomes inconsistent, the attention gets weird, the emotional tones shift like a snake. You start feeling confused, you start analyzing, you start asking what's changed. And usually what changed is not him. Usually what changed is that the performance got harder to maintain because it's not who he is. His capacity hits a limit. And this is why I tell women, stop only asking if he's doing a lot and start asking, can he sustain what he is doing? Is he actually giving me something that he values? Because some men can give you money, but that's because money is like nothing to them. Is he giving you something that he values? They'll give you money, they'll give you the dates, they'll treat you like a boyfriend, but they won't give you commitments. That's something he values. That's how you know, okay? Because they'll fake that too. Does this feel grounded or overwhelming? Do I feel calm or do I feel high? Am I seeing consistency or am I just impressed? Is this adding to who I desire, the woman I desire to be in 2 years and 5 years? That's the real question. That's the real question. Is it adding to the woman that your higher self, the woman that you desire to be? Is he adding to that, to your dreams, to help you get there quicker? Because that's the whole point. It's not for him to be cute here. You're cute. Is he revealing character or is he creating urgency? Because those questions will save your life. A lot of you are not falling for men. You're falling for relief. Relief that someone is finally showing interest. Relief that someone is finally pursuing you. Relief that someone is finally being expressive. Relief that someone is finally making you feel desired. And if you don't know the difference between love and relief, you will bond to the first person who activates your hope. And that's why nervous system works matters. Because discernment is not just mental, it is somatic. If your body's addicted to chaos, healthy can feel boring. If your body's starving for reassurance, love bombing can feel romantic. If your body does not feel safe in slowness, you will call rush intimacy chemistry. And this is how women misread the entire dynamic. And let me say something that might trigger some of y'all. Some women don't actually want clarity in the beginning. They want intensity. Because intensity feels like proof. It feels flattering. It feels validating. It feels easier than uncertainty because clarity takes practice and it takes patience with yourself. Clarity requires you to sit back and observe. Clarity requires you not to hand a man meaning quickly. Clarity requires you that if it's real, it will still be real at a slower pace. And a lot of women are not practiced in that. So how do you know the difference? Love bombing makes you feel rushed. Real investment makes you feel considered. Love bombing pushes for emotional closeness before trust is built. Real investment respects timing. I'm gonna cut the clip right here because the timer on this is about to finish, but I'm gonna finish this video in part 2. So watch this video, the next video, because it's part 2 to finish this video, okay? I love you. Bye.